we babble. So
we do babble.
Now we're on here babbling with all these people.
We were babbling, guys, and all of a sudden Robert said, "It's showtime." How is everybody
it's
this
not
evening?
that we forgot you all. We just got some great guests that we were talking with.
Speaking of great guests, I see
Randy.
Yes.
I see Richie in Madison, Maine. I see Looters.
Tripwire.
Tripwire is joined us. Jim Steele.
Marlon.
Mayor Videos.
We have Guido.
Guido. I see
Mark Miller.
Mark Miller was in
here.
Yes,
thank you all for coming.
Thanks everyone for showing us.
Rob Random, cover number 125.
Shannon Dalton.
Yes,
welcome.
Shannon. We are doing great. Thank you for asking.
I hope everyone's having a great Saturday.
Yes.
Ours has been pretty good. We got out in our yard today and did a little metal detecting.
Yes, we did.
Made 3 shorts.
Yes.
Which will come out in a few days. Actually, what did we found? The horseshoe.
The horseshoe. Yes, we did.
You found a little piece of a toy.
Just the bottom piece with the wheels. Yes.
And the chain.
Yes, it was a weird looking chain we found.
Awesome chain, and it's got a decoration in it. And I'm saying that it's part of a pocket watch.
And I'm saying, now this is just my mind where I'm saying it's like the chain to a grandfather clock that holds I guess their weights or whatever it is that keeps it going. Hey, Shane,
Jimmy.
Ohio River History. Jimmy Lacari, thanks for joining us.
Welcome. But I don't know, but it's nice. It's a cool little chain.
Hey,
I'm going to have to clean it up and check it out
a little
bit more. But it was a cool find. So those little 3 shorts will be cool.
Yeah.
I think so. We like doing them. We've kind of got into doing the shorts.
I keep digging.
And they get good responses.
Olin Borden. Yes, they do get good responses.
Reed, welcome. Well, you know what?
Hey, Judy. You know what? Let's don't keep our guests waiting any longer.
No, we can't do that to them. They're too great.
I know it.
So
and just before we bring them up, we will be doing a giveaway tonight.
Yes, and we'll get to that as soon as we get our guests up. And we'll let everyone know about the giveaway.
Moving too fast. Sorry, guys. Yep.
So everyone give a big cover welcome to We Dig It. Hey, guys.
We've got the whole crew here with us this evening.
Yes, we do.
So what we're going to first start out with, just brief introductions, guys. Just let us know each of your names.
I'm Gene.
I'm Gene.
I'm Levi. I'm Seth.
And Cole had to step out for just a minute, but he'll be back.
Okay. All right. Well, we are so glad you guys could join us. Absolutely. Of course, everyone, if you don't know, is it Storm Fiona? Is that what it is? That's in your all's area.
So
okay.
If we lose them, it's because
they've lost power.
They lost power. So
hey, Mark Thomas.
Yeah. I wonder if Shrek is right behind Fiona.
I don't know. Let's hope not, guys.
I had to add that in there, you know.
And of course, everyone knows Rachel, Jersey Ray Diggs.
Our hostess with the mostest.
Hostess with the mostest. Well, she might not like you saying that, Robert. Hey, Frankie.
Hey, Frankie. And
Joel with Drum and Detect.
Welcome,
yes,
Danny.
Joel
boy. Drum Detect.
Yes.
Thanks for everyone for showing up, joining us here at Conversations at the
tonight. And actually, that
was a typo.
It was a typo, and I told Robert, I said,
it's
supposed to be Conversations. He said, what did I put? I said, Conversations.
I said, well, I'm leaving.
I'm keeping it.
So, yeah. That's all right. Shane over Ohio River History messaged me yesterday. He was like, fix your title. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Hey, Tony.
And he was like, nobody knows what a mooter is.
No one knows what
a mooter.
Hey, ficus and toast. Or ficus and
toast.
Ficus
and toast, yes.
You know me. I'm going to butcher people's names.
Yep.
You know how that goes.
I know.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's just get started off here with asking some of those main questions. What got you guys into metal detecting, and who was the first one interested in it?
Well, as most of you know, we live on an island. And so if you live on an island, you have to have a metal detector. So we got one when we first moved here, a bounty hunter. And we used it a couple times. And it got rained on, and then it was no good. No. And so we were just kind of disappointed with that. Decided, well, we wanted to try it again, so we get a waterproof one. and we got the AT Max. Went out with it, and it was so noisy we couldn't get it figured out. And then we were watching YouTube one night, and it suggested a video for us about the AT Max by Ed Huffman. And so we watched it, and he said, I'm going to teach you how to use this detector. And he goes and he says, if your detector you go over something that says 81, it's a dime every time. And so these two went out in a rainstorm. It was raining at the time. They went out in the front yard, started walking around until they got an 81. They dug it up, and it was a dime.
Yep.
And that was it.
History.
That's all it takes, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That is all it takes. So Gene and Jean, you two were the first that got interested. Okay, now which one of the other three was next to be interested in the hobby?
I would say Cole.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Cole has a metal detector. He's the one that actually we bought the MIDI hoarder for Christmas, but he kind of outgrew that. And now Levi uses the MIDI hoarder, and Cole uses the Simplex when he goes. He hasn't gone lately, but
Right.
Seth actually doesn't really detect, but he treasure hunts. And so he's found some amazing things just by looking.
I was going to say he's the one that's the surface find that goes around. Yeah,
Marbles and pottery,
coins, rings,
everything.
we are always looking at the ground everywhere we go. I'm scanning the ground, looking
Parking lots.
When
Everywhere.
we're out ATVing,
That's how I found
we're-
my silver spoon
We're
ring.
constantly walking around where people gather and looking for anything that might be dropped because, hey, you'll never know. Eventually,
Hey.
you do come across some cool stuff.
Yes, you
I
do.
have found several knives just walking around out there, just and spot them laying on the ground. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's great.
What got you all?
Nail hard.
What got you all decided to do videos and share on YouTube?
Well, we live here, and most of our family, I mean, none of our family is here, so we decided to make a YouTube channel to show our family what we're doing. And we just kind of thought it was only them. We never thought it was anybody else until we had, what's his name? A small YouTuber comment on one of our videos, and we thought somebody else is watching these.
Brian Clooney.
Brian Clooney commented and said, whatever he said, great video. And so then it kind of motivated us to keep going. And then I remember one of our videos, it was our first silver coin, and it got like 200 views. So that was a big one.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
At the time. Now it has, 300 or whatever, but at the time it got 189 in like 2 days. And, ever since then, that's kind of when we took off on YouTube. And just as we go, we get better and better. And, the YouTube gets more and more, I guess.
A little bit easier for us to understand, I guess.
Yes.
Just,
It sort of grows on you, don't it?
yeah, I don't think I'll ever understand YouTube. But I don't want to understand it.
Two different hobbies. It really is. I mean, metal detecting or treasure hunting and YouTube, it's two different hobbies. But, our involvement in both came about the same time, right at the start of the pandemic. Had
Right.
lots of time. We said, let's figure this metal detector out. And, everybody was frozen there for a few weeks. So we started going out and trying to figure things out. And it's really brought us closer together as a family. We love going out and because we don't only treasure hunt, we hike. We've done geocaching. We just try to have fun. The boys have done a couple trick shot videos. We've done a couple of metal detecting trick shot videos.
Yeah.
And then of course the community that kind of grows out of it. Cover for Life 28 here, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's been around a while.
Yeah.
A little bit. But
A little bit,
yeah.
yes.
really enjoyed it. We really have.
Yeah, me and Melissa talk about how we have actually went back and watched some of your first videos
Yeah.
now and how much the kids have matured and grown, and it is amazing. Just
Which Gene is the one we see
you
the
see
difference
the
in.
biggest difference
Yes.
is in Gene. He
Yeah.
has really
He's really matured, yes.
matured a lot
And I guess he will,
and turned into a daggone good metal detectorist. I know that
Yes,
for
yes.
sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He is. He
No,
keeps it
no.
positive.
Yes.
Listen, we're trying to keep this,
He won't be able to fit through his bedroom tonight.
Yeah.
It's just the truth. He has really
He
turned
has.
into a great detective.
And I guess in the future, I'm going to go ahead and jump a little bit with some questions there, Gene. Gene number 2. I guess you've got college in the future coming along, don't you?
Yes, I do. I am, as of right now, planning on going to a college in Tennessee, in Nashville, called Welch College. You know, both my parents went there. That's where they met. And I toured it, and I really liked it. So that's where I'm planning on going.
Good
That's
deal. That is awesome.
Nice.
Now, do you want to continue, which I know school will take a lot away, but you still want to keep metal detecting as a hobby, I'm sure.
Yes, and Tennessee is rich in history. And one thing we don't get to do here is river detect, which I've seen so many people do. I'd love to do. And so I'm kind of excited to do that. I'm definitely planning on bringing the legend when I go. And yeah, we're gonna have fun up there.
I'm
Good
guessing you're the
deal.
only person on campus with a metal detector.
Oh, yeah.
Just a shot.
Well, let's get our giveaway going.
Oh, yes. Oh,
We don't
gosh.
want
I
to forget
forgot about that.
And I'm
And
going to
then I'll
say,
have some questions for Levi,
everyone
Cole, and Seth.
in this chat, hashtag WDI,
Yes.
where we dig it. And tonight we're giving away.
Might want to make yourself bigger
Well, no,
so
I
they
can.
can see what
well,
you're giving away.
They can hear what I'm.
Okay, they can hear what you're
I'm
giving away.
giving away a 1905 indent head penny.
Woohoo.
Always one of my wooden nickels, one of our poker chips. There's a foreign coin. There is a bicentennial token that I have that's uncirculated. You'll be getting another foreign coin and a couple of Wheaties and an awesome sticker pack. So
It's a festive
Yeah,
sticker pack.
it's actually got some a ghost and some pumpkins, stickers, and a bat. So let's get in on that giveaway tonight, guys.
Yes.
And
Hashtag WDI.
we'll do that giveaway at about 15 or 10 till,
Yeah,
somewhere around
somewhere.
in there. So
In half an hour or so.
WDI.
Yes.
And sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Now, I want to know, since you all have been detecting, how many rings, junkers and good, have you all found?
Not that we're keeping track, but 212.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow.
That's
Hey, Karen.
awesome. That's awesome. We are at 103
Yeah, 103.
since we
Yep.
started. That is
I'm at
great.
1.
Well, we, the first year and a half, we were trying to get to that 100 mark, and we finally got it. Did 107 in the first year and a half, and then in January, Gene said, "Hey, let's go for 100 this year." And in our videos, we're actually about a month ahead. We're at 91, but spoiler alert, coming up, you get to see ring 100 pretty soon. So, and it's a crazy good ring.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
We have the case right here full of them.
Now these are just gold and silver rings since January 1st. Okay?
There is, I think, a titanium and a few tungsten.
Oh, look at that, guys.
I love that case. It is
Tilt
nice.
it just
Yeah.
a little more. There you go. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
So
I see that.
in the top, I guess, left corner with the ring that has a little blue right there, that is the first ring. And the opposite side, those are the most recent rings.
Okay.
So it goes in order, so we know which one. Now, this is
Beautiful.
70 rings about. We have a baggie of junkers from the same year, and we have another case full of rings from the past year and a half. And then we have another little baggie of junkers from that year and a half. So
Wow.
The case is actually missing one ring because Mrs. We Dig It has it on her hand.
Well,
Well, that's a good
that's a
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I found a ring with is a 14 karat rose gold with 9 diamonds.
our only
Oh,
real
wow.
diamonds for the year.
So she has that one.
Wow.
But some of our favorite, let's see here, some of our favorite from this year.
That's
We
right.
can't show this yet. Oh yeah, where is that one?
Right here. So this one, I don't think it's gone out yet. It will be, or maybe it has.
I think it has. Yeah, we just did a short.
Right there.
Ooh,
Oh,
That
so-
is a class ring, isn't it?
1985, Illinois State class ring, Bachelor's of Science.
Oh wow.
I knew it was because it's so dainty. I graduated in '87, and it's very similar to
There's
my
10K
classroom.
right in there.
Yep.
I graduated in
Nice.
'87 too.
And then of course,
Woohoo!
Gene found this ring a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
It's a
nice.
lizard.
I love it. Yeah.
Lizard or a
Cool.
Gecko.
gecko.
Gecko,
That's
yeah.
what I was thinking. Yes.
Here. This ring I found, this one rang up as a zinc penny, just to give you an idea.
Oh my.
It is 14K, and the diamonds are just cubic zirconium.
Okay. Oh,
So not worth a ton, but still, it's
The gold.
the gold. Yeah.
Yes. And it rang up as a zinc penny.
we did a live dig just because I didn't think it was gonna be a ring. I thought it was gonna be like a small silver ring or probably a zinc penny.
Now,
But,
what did you find that with? The legend, Gene?
That was like my first hunt with a legend, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
What,
Yeah.
Now, what's your zinc penny ring up at on that thing?
About 40. So it may have been 38 or 42 around that area. And zinc pennies are very inconsistent. You can get a zinc penny way up and then way down, and they're very weird.
Okay.
Okay. Well, now I did say that I had some questions for the boys, so I'm just going to start out. Levi, he's kind of walked away for a moment, so I'm sure he will be. Oh, there he is.
He's riding his hoverboard. He was wanting to show you guys this hoverboard.
Okay, I would love to see your hoverboard.
You want to pick it up for him?
Oh, okay. It's gonna be, yeah.
He spends a lot of time riding this thing around.
Oh, cool.
I'd be broke.
I'd be bruised and mangled. And so, have you taken any falls on that yet, Levi?
That's
Have
fine.
you failed?
He said a bunch.
A
Just
bunch.
because I
Oh.
run all day doesn't mean I don't fall. It's true.
So, Levi,
here.
you do go detecting with your dad and brothers sometime, don't you?
Yes.
And you have your own detector. What has been your favorite thing that you have found?
It is probably the first earring that I have found, which is, I think, the first time I went to the beach to detect.
Okay. That is awesome. I'm trying to think what I found which we have never been to a beach to detect.
No,
We've
just at our
just at a
area.
swimming area on a lake. But the first day I ever metal detected, I do not remember what I found. Definitely was no earring. So that
No.
is a wonderful find for your
Pennies
first
and
pennies.
dimes.
Yeah, pennies, I think, was what I found the first day, and pull tabs.
Full tabs. Always.
So,
Yes, always. The next question is for Cole.
Yes.
What has been your favorite find so
Do you,
far?
do you want to get it? It's in that.
And if you have to show it, we would love to see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Gene's going to get it for him.
Okay.
Gene's about it.
I knew that case would come. So, I have found a ring that I am very proud of. And the same day I found this ring, I also found a silver earring and a junker earring.
So go ahead and show him. There you go.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Is that like a
ring.
love knot or something like that? I'm not sure the way it's tied.
Yes, so there's a local jeweler on island, and it's a store. It's been around since like 1958, and they do all kinds of knots in their jewelry. I can get you some others. From that
Okay.
same- Let me one second.
And it's called a crusion knot. So
Yes,
if
yes.
you're from St. Croix, you're a crusion.
Okay.
Okay.
One's like this, and one. This is their most famous one. We've dug about 5 of these ones.
I've heard
okay,
you all
yeah.
mention that word several times, so
Yes.
I knew it was something local. Yes, beautiful. So what do you want to find in the future? What's your bucket lister?
I want to find an old coin.
Good
He's still
deal.
on the search for an old coin. He hasn't found a really old coin yet.
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
will come, definitely.
it will.
Definitely. And Seth, you are the surface find guru. What has been your best find?
Probably this.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that.
Isn't that something? So tell us a
That's-
little
yeah.
bit about that, or what you know about it.
Like this.
Yeah.
It's just a totem. If you looked up African totems,
Okay.
you'll see examples like this. So it would have been presumably carved by either slaves or former slaves on the island years ago. The area that we found it was at a plantation that is now a farm. It's where we do a lot of our digging. And the farmer had cleared a bunch of woods, and it was just there laying on the ground. Actually, this was on the ground like this, just flat. And he thought this was a cow patty. Makes
I
sense,
can
right?
understand.
You can understand.
And so he picked it up and he looked at it. And when he turned it over and he saw that face, he said, "Dad, it's got a face." And he had already found this. He brought
Okay.
this to me, and I said, "I don't know. Maybe that was like, for a barrel or something. I don't know what that was for." And because it looks like it has, like threads.
Right.
But then when he found this, it became very apparent that this was a woman. So, it's just a female totem, African totem.
Right. Very interesting and a very cool find. Definitely. Definitely.
And he
I
also
love
found,
finding things like that.
Yeah.
Odd.
Well, we've never found
Oddities.
anything that odd.
No, not that odd, but
Yeah.
I
he
like
also
oddities.
found this bracelet at school, honestly.
Look at that. Isn't
Wow.
that beautiful?
He found it in the grass, and he asked all the students that were standing around, and he said, "Is this anybody's?" And no, everybody said, "No, it's not mine." And he took it to the office and left it in the office, and it sat in the drawer for over a year. And they said, "Here you go."
Nice.
Sweet.
Cool.
It's silver and gold. It's not an actual, Spanish coin. It's a replica, but still pretty cool.
It's
little
still
bracelet.
a nice find. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very nice.
And to let everyone know, if you're just joining in,
Yep.
hashtag
WDI.
Yep.
get in on tonight's
That's what it-
giveaway.
And if you don't know what WDI stands for, it is We Dig It.
Yes.
No, it isn't.
I
It's
actually have our
Wooten's
original
Dug
t-shirt
It.
on.
What, Rachel?
I said it stands for Wooten's Dug It.
Yeah, there you go.
Wooten's Dug It.
That works. When we first started digging, we had one of our teachers at the school. So you may not know, but our church has a school. And so we have about 250 students at our school. And one of the teachers got us these shirts. She had them made and gave them to each of us, which was really cool. This is the original t-shirt. And then Seth designed this one for everybody at Christmas time. And so he gave them to us. So we've actually got 3 different kinds of this. So pretty cool.
Nice.
Sweet.
These are nice for going to the beach, of course, because they're that dry fit material.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. That's great. You have any questions?
What is your all's oldest coin find that you have found there on the island?
I kind of feel embarrassed to even say it, but it seems like if it's a good thing, it's going to be one of these two that find it. Charlie from Digging It Back always gives me a hard time. So
I'll show you the case first.
oldest coin is right here.
This is our case, and it starts here, and then it goes and then it goes into the second case.
So
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Those are nice cases.
Yes, they are
we
nice.
actually made a short out of this the other day. This is it.
The reason we made it short is because the original video has like 180 views, and it deserves
And
more.
You see how thin it is.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yes, paper thin.
And this is the back. You see it kind of has a Roman numeral 2 on it.
Yes.
It's a 1506 to 1516 2 Mayor of the D.
And we have a friend of ours who's a jeweler, and he told us he had a metal detector, and we were like, okay. And he offered for us to come use it. So we went and we borrowed it, and it was the Mind Lab Go Find. And I was just, trying it out, testing it. And it was at a plantation that we had been to 50 times before that. And just so happened that I found that coin with a detector I had never used before.
Sweet. Now, Mark the Berg Hunter has a question. He said, is it the coin that Gene Sr. ran over?
It is not. It is not.
It is not that coin. I don't know where that one is, but that's
That coin
right here,
somewhere.
somewhere around here. It is what would have been a 10-cent piece for the Danish West Indies. And thanks for bringing that up, Mark. That hurts every time, by the way. We found it at the beach. It was so crusty. Here it is. You see how broken up it is.
It's 3.5 pieces, really. It's 4 pieces, but we were only able to recover 3 of them.
So I was actually, we were at the beach, found it. I thought it was a button. We brought it home, put it in the tumbler. After a couple of hours, when we pulled it out, you could start to see that it wasn't a button. It was going to be a coin. So now I got to figure out what it is, because it had coral growing on it. It had been like at the beach for so long. And so
he was going on a flight the next day.
We kind of finished. I was going on a flight that day, and I finished cleaning it up. I figured out what it was. I identified it. It was an 1860s 10-cent silver piece for the Danish West Indies. I was super excited. I go down to school. Our house is on top of the hill. The school's down at the bottom of the hill. I go down and interrupt class to show Gene, hey, this is what this is. This is what we found. I was super excited. And I have it in my hand. I'm driving back up the hill, and it slips out of my hand. And when it hits the floorboard of my truck, I had never seen that hole in the floorboard of my truck before. and of course, it goes right out that hole. It rolls right out that hole. Floop, there it goes. I said, oh, man. So I looked for it, couldn't find it, come home, get the detector. I'm supposed to be at the airport. Go get my detector, come around, search for it, can't find it. Take a picture of where it was, send it to Gene, and he finds it later that day. It actually, when it rolled out, I ran it over with my truck and broke it.
That'd be my luck, man.
Paul with American Woodland Relics, he says it's probably in your tires, Gene.
Yeah.
We had never found a coin like that, and never have since.
No, that's the only coin that we have found of that variety.
We found the 5-cent piece, and I think even the 3-cent piece.
Yep.
Of that coin, of that same year, and not another 10-cent.
Yeah.
Wow.
Makes for a great story, but painful.
It does. Absolutely.
It does. Because
Mark the Bird said Gene may not have seen the hole before, but that coin sure did.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Oh gosh.
Oh shoot. So other than the little wooden statue, what's the oddest find you all have found there on the island?
Oh wow.
That, or maybe your cross.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a couple of they're not necessarily odd, but they're just really awesome finds. This is the one that made it on the Weekly Dirt.
Yep. I remember that.
So it's from the Atosha, which I had never heard of. I had never done any research on. And I could see on the back, it said Atosha silver. I said, well, that's odd. So I started doing the research, and this is from that ship, which was wrecked off the coast of Florida in 1622. And they recovered the silver in the 1980s, and then they made jewelry out of it. And this is a piece of that jewelry from that silver, which is really crazy. I mean, just a very awesome find. Love it. It was actually lost at sea twice, which is pretty cool. And then this is one of our first really good finds, and just still, we don't know a ton about it, but it's a silver, man. It's old handmade silver. Some people tell us it's an amulet, like a idol. Maybe for a utensil, something. Nobody knows, but it's old handmade silver. The guy that it is made in the image of is a guy from the people that predate the Incas, the Tiwanaku,
modern day Bolivia,
which is
and there's a 50-foot stone monolith in the city that's still standing, and it is exactly like that.
It's exactly like that.
Oh,
but
wow.
Amazing.
The time frame doesn't match up, and we don't understand, because they were around even in BC times, and St. Croix wasn't even discovered from for Europeans until 1493, and they would have had no way to go from Bolivia to St. Croix, so we have no idea.
It's just an interesting find, and we've not really been able to find a whole lot out about it, but it's one of our favorites.
You guys are so blessed to be where you're at. Find the items that you found that have such rich history to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Another thing that's really neat that we find. So if you've watched any of our videos, you watch us find the pottery, and we call it Cheney.
Cheney. Yeah.
Because the kids would take the broken pieces of china and scrape it into coins, play money. And so Cheney is a mixture of china and money, Cheney. And so we found thousands of pieces of pottery.
We have a whole bucket.
But we've only found 4 or 5 actual pieces of Cheney. So a kid back in the 17 or 1800s would have taken this piece of pottery and scraped it into a coin, and they would have used this as a toy back in the 17 or 1800s. And so we've got a couple different ones of them that we keep in our coin case, actually.
And there's no for sure 100% way to know, but China does not just break like that.
No, it doesn't. It has,
It
yeah.
might be edged.
It's
still
more like,
warm.
yeah.
It's just really cool to think that, some kid sat there and made this, and we were able to find it all these years later. So that's pretty
Yes.
neat.
And if you're like me, I know Rachel talks about this. She likes personal finds.
Yeah.
And I'll sit and think, wonder who has touched it,
Yep.
what that particular item has been through, seen. It's amazing. Your mind will work in so many different directions.
One of the ways I think about is we rarely find large silver. Like 90% of the silver coins are about that big. These little tiny 2 shillings that are like 40% silver, they're Danish, and they're just barely anything, right? And you wonder, I wonder how they lost them. Because they're like that big. They're so tiny. Look, they don't even they're smaller than the smallest setting on the little paper thing by far.
These little guys. We have found 6 or 8 of these guys.
Wow.
1849-ish. They made them they would make them in 1849 and then 1852 and then 1870 and just
so
kind of
small.
skip years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what he's talking about, the smallest cutout for the coin case.
Okay.
So an American dime is
A
what
dime
that would
fits
be.
in that. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Pretty crazy.
Small like a trine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm probably going to ask a silly question here because I know you all do a lot of your hunting on the beach, but which do you like better to hunt, the beach or land?
See, for me, I like them both probably just as much because the beach usually, most times, is easy digging. It's just easy, and you dig everything, and you never know. I do find historical items on the beach as well, but I love finding history, and I love the research. I like it when I don't know what it is.
Yes.
But so I like them both, but for different reasons. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I like the relic hunting better. The jewelry hunting on the beach is much more rewarding, because
Literally.
you come away with a lot of digs, a lot more than in relic hunting. So you'll dig 30 pull tabs. When you find that gold ring, it feels real good,
Yeah.
And then relic hunting, it just seems like I don't dig up as many signals, I guess. And so, I don't know. But I do like the history a lot.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. When we first started metal detecting, we bring home a stirrup and not know what it is, or bring home a button and spend 3 days whoa, and nowadays we're like, oh, it's a button.
Yeah, we understand it. The new kind of wears off, so to speak, after you. But
I love finding
you
buttons.
still get excited.
That's small finds.
And now, Seth, you have your own metal detector, don't you? Now he doesn't, because I know he likes to do the surface finds. So I was going to ask him, your best surface finds, have you found them on the beach, or have they been on the land or in a parking lot, or?
Probably most of my surface finds have been on land, like up in the grass stuff.
Okay.
One time at the beach, snorkeling. And how far down was it, Seth?
It was pretty far down. It was, I don't know.
It was in about 6 foot of water or so. It was down there where he had to go swimming. He saw this. It's a silver toe ring.
Oh.
Completely black.
He saw that while
Wow.
snorkeling and said, "That's a ring." And he went down and got it and brought it to me. We brought it home and cleaned it. And it's a silver. It says 925 on the inside. It's a silver toe ring.
his eyesight has to be amazing.
It's both of these two right here. Their eyes.
Whoa.
Oh, whoa, we didn't need to see
Sorry
those
about
two
that.
people.
Didn't mean to do that.
Scare everybody. Whew. Well, I'm going to kind of turn this around a little bit. Of course, we have never met We Dig It, but someone here has had the pleasure of meeting Gene and Jean, and that would be Miss Rachel.
And Seth.
Oh, and Seth. Okay, all
On
three of
Seth's birthday.
Yeah.
you. So why don't you guys tell us about that? Rachel, you tell us about your experience and how that come about, how it all worked out.
Well, the people you see in the videos are the people that sitting right there right now. I mean, like, I gotta say, I told Gene, I think, before he left, that his kids are amazing kids, and younger Gene there is super intelligent dude, and Seth has the patience of a saint. Because we were all detecting, and he's not into the detecting part. But he had a good time anyway, and he didn't complain one time. Me, I would have been kicking the sand and fussing and mumbling and just pitching a little fit. But nah, this kid was just like, this is cool. The
patience, you mentioned patience. He was actually in the woods. Rachel, I don't know if we got to tell you this. He was in the woods by himself, and he was standing still enough that a squirrel came and sat on his foot.
Oh yeah, he told me about that. Yeah.
About that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how he stood still. I went in the woods for 2 minutes, dug one signal, and had 4,000 mosquito bites on my face. I said, well, I'm done with that. And my surface fine golf ball.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys meet at a hunt, or was it just a collaboration? Or
so my wife is from New Brunswick, Canada, and it is just above Maine, where so many fantastic friends are. And when we knew we were going up that way, I think it was Ezra actually commented or sent me a message and said, "Hey, happy Father's Day." As a matter of fact, it was Father's Day, just the first part of June. He said, "Happy Father's Day, Gene." I said, "Happy Father's Day, Ezra." I said, "Actually, we're coming up that way in July." And he said, "No way, we got to get people together." And that's all it took.
Yep.
So Ezra, I guess, got a hold of Rob, and he kind of got the word out to everybody. And Rachel said, "Hey, when I heard you guys were coming, I had to come up and meet you guys." And it was just really a great time. I don't know. There were probably 15 to 20 different people there. Several different channels.
603 Diggas.
Yep.
Me, Ezra.
Mainly.
Robert and his son.
Yep. And then several other people that don't have channels.
Yeah,
they were
Julie,
there as well.
The two ladies, Julie and the other woman.
Yep. And so
I want to jump in real quick since we have Beat and Pick on Team Clambake. Look what I have on tonight.
She's got her team.
I've got my Team Clambake shirt on. I was hoping you guys could join us. We've been thinking of you. She's rocking the grandbaby.
I was getting ready to say,
yeah,
they've got a new addition. So
yes, they do.
Yep.
Yeah, it was well worth driving up 8 hours, driving home to 8 hours to detect with everybody for 8 hours.
I'm sure it was. Absolutely.
We drove over, and like she said, it was on Seth's birthday. We actually got to sing "Happy Birthday" to Seth on a dump, which was pretty cool. Something only treasure hunters would understand, I guess. But he dug around in there for a while, and we were able to do some detecting, and it was just good.
Found one thing that was really cool that day. I think one of the best finds. Not just the Rains guide, but the whole iron piece that goes over the horse
that would have sat on the horses
and with the Rains guide and everything. It was really cool. I like that.
But again, the digging wasn't what was so exciting. We ate lunch, we sat around and just talked and had fun and hung out. And that was really the best part, was getting to know everybody.
That is the best part, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a good time. It definitely was. But Gene didn't even tell you the first thing that was found there. And probably the best thing that day.
Yep. I just got out of the truck and in my very first signal was a watch winding key from a jeweler in Calais, Maine. I mean, it had the guy's name on it and everything, and I was able to find pictures of his shop and everything.
LC Bailey.
Yeah, LC Bailey. It was amazing. I was like, that's a watch winder. Like, it was just,
Because we have never found one.
Haven't
found one since.
Yep. So it was
nice.
by far my best find that day. It was great.
Yeah,
And
that was a good find.
Mainly saying, "My son." Oh, that was hilarious.
Now, what is some of your all still on your bucket list to find?
Ooh.
Mm.
I mean, I know this is far fetched, but gold coin is always up there.
Yeah.
It is.
Of course, you know me. I've done all the research on the coins. They had $20 pieces, $10 pieces, $5 pieces of gold made just for these islands. I know they're out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you will find one.
Yeah. When
Man,
you're
we
least,
digging up
when you're
garbage,
least
I'm telling you.
expecting it.
It will be
Always when
Gene
it
too
happens.
that will find it.
No, don't you say that. No. Cannot be. Seth, you say, hey, I want to find this, because since you don't really metal detect, but you do all kinds of other treasure hunting.
Probably like a nice like real ring, like gold silver ring.
Okay.
I think I found one silver ring. That's it.
Okay.
All the others have been jumpers.
Yep. All right. So he wants to find a gold ring next. And, for me, I mean, I would say gold coin also. But there's just still so many things that I didn't even know should be on my bucket list that when I find them, I'm like, oh, wow, that's awesome. Like that watch winder, I'd never really thought I would find one. And when I found it, I was like, man, it was just so glad I found it,
Right.
Yeah.
But I love it when you can connect it, like when you know what it is and you can connect it. That's what makes it really so special.
Yes.
The very first time we found a valve stem cover for a Model T, we had no idea what it was. I thought it was a handle for a screwdriver.
I have to admit, I've thrown valve stems away because I didn't know what they were when we first started detecting. And
I've done the same thing, but I held on to mine.
And then watch a video and be like,
Yep.
I just threw one of them away.
Yep.
Yeah, the first one I found, I thought it was an ugly lipstick tube. I was like, this is horrible. And it's long, I'm like, this can't be a lipstick thing.
So I found one, and just again, it was like, okay, here's my wrap up, and just wipe all that stuff off into a 5-gallon bucket. And it was in that 5-gallon bucket for the trash, and I threw it away. And later on that week, I'm watching Plugmaster Ford, and he goes, hey, a valve stem cover. That's really cool. He puts it away, and I was like, oh.
I know I found 2 complete valve stems, no cover, but the complete stem itself in a yard that we did on a permission. And I put them in my pouch because I thought, well, these are ugly. What can these be? But they both look alike. And when I cleaned my pouch out, I did not throw them away. But later on, I showed them to Bob. I said, what is this? He said, Melissa, those are valve stems. He said, why didn't you say something about those? I said, I had no clue.
Yep.
So it really pays to hold on. I mean, you can tell crumpled up tinfoil or something is junk. But certain things, it does pay to hold on to them because sometimes it will be revealed in another detecting video you may be watching it. Someone else has found that same thing.
Yep.
And you'll be like, huh.
It
So
happened.
that's what that is.
It happened. But before we move from this, Gene actually found one.
So I knew to look for the valve stem covers, but I had never seen an old valve stem before. And we were up in Canada, and I found one, and I was like, looks like something interesting. Maybe there's a couple words on it. Put it in the pouch, go on, get home. And it's a straighter valve stem, missing the flat round part. That's the only thing it was missing. And it said made in Canada. And so that was really cool.
And it happened to me in a video in a premiere. We were premiering a video where we dug some stuff. And when I dug something up and I asked, anybody know what this is? Practical Ken. He said, hey, that's a scabbard tip. And I looked it up. Sure enough, it's a scabbard tip from possibly 1700s or before, for a sword, for a little sword or a dagger or something. And I was like, that I would never have known. I would never have known it.
Never.
I knew it was something, but I just would never have known.
Yeah, it's always best to hold on to those items. You don't know what they are
Yep.
until you can find something out about them. I mean, like I said, I've thrown stuff away that kind of wish I had
Wish we
them now,
had.
but
Absolutely.
you know,
It happens.
it happens.
I was just saying we had 48 in chat. We're down to 47 now. We want to thank each and every one of you that has joined us this evening.
Saturday night.
You guys
Yes,
are
and
awesome.
of course, those of you just joining, we are getting ready to do a giveaway here very shortly. Hashtag WDI to be entered in on that.
Yep. If you're not entered, get in.
Hey,
on
I'm
it.
Zaxxon.
Hey, Zaxxon. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Shoot, I have still all kinds of stuff on my bucket list. You know, I want to find a skeleton key. I know
That's-
Melissa wants to
I
find
want
a
to find
skeleton
something
key.
gold. I've never found
Um,
gold, anything.
Neither have
I
I.
have 2 gold rings that I have found since we've been detecting. I'd like to find something more gold.
You found an earring.
The earring, yeah,
And that
that's right.
little tiny sliver, like a scale of gold there next to the
Yeah,
river in St.
Probably
Albans.
off a watch.
Yeah,
or
Just
something
like a
that,
decorative
but,
piece. But other than that, yeah.
Other than that, I want to find a dollar coin. I mean, a silver dollar coin.
Yeah.
I've got my,
Morgan.
I
I've
found
got
a
my-
Franklin
my
half.
Walking Liberty half, but I want to find a dollar. And I want to find a Benjamin, a silver Benji. For, you know, I just want to find one. I think those are the coolest 50-cent pieces.
They're my favorite.
And
Benjis.
This is our barber quarter that I found the other day at the beach.
Nice.
It's about
Nice.
smooth as baby's
Wow.
bottom. You
Yeah,
can see
it's
it.
just about gone, but it's you can
I
tell it's
see
older,
that. Yep.
and you can just barely see the date at the bottom. It's 1890, I think 3 is what it was.
awesome.
1896, something like that. It's old. 1800s
Nice.
silver, which is pretty cool.
The oldest
Nice.
American silver other than that is 1929. I have a mercury dime.
Yeah.
So we have never, and you know, here we don't find much old American stuff because all the stuff old stuff we find is Danish. So that's pretty cool.
Does it happen to anybody else where you haven't found anything, and then when you find it, you find like multiples? So we had never found a mercury dime. We go to Canada, he finds a mercury dime, and since then we have found 3 here on island. But we had never found one in 2 years of detecting, and then all of a sudden we find 4.
Now, what we have found, not necessarily us finding several the same thing, but if Robert would find something, then another channel would find something
Or
the
one
same thing.
channel will find something, and then I'll be like, I'll find it. Then I'll see another channel find something just like, and I'm like, okay, we've set a trend.
What
here.
would it be like a
Your theme on Monday digs like pocket knives or
Yeah.
bullets or whatever. Like that
yeah.
night, everybody finds.
Well, I found the what was it?
I don't remember.
Standing Liberty quarter, and then didn't Bean and Pick find one, and then
I think
like
Pick found one, yes.
Shane with See It My Way finds
Yes.
one, and it's like 4 or 5 people all of a sudden find Standing Liberty quarter.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I
funny.
think that's cool when stuff like that happens.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
When we
It
were
is.
on our way back from our trip this summer, you know, you got to go through TSA, and we try not to travel with checked baggage just because, you know, going to and from the island gets lost, all that good stuff. So we carry-ons only. That's what we have, right? And our detectors go no trouble whatsoever. Two detectors in one bag. I carry it. We go. It's good. It's like a backpack size. But on the way back, I have my finds. And I got rid of everything that I thought would get taken, but I didn't even think about the pocket knife that I dug that TSA took from me. Now, the bullets, no problem, let those go through. But the pocket knife they took from me, which wouldn't even open because it was
Rusted.
in the ground for 50
and all
years.
the wood was gone.
Yep. So I just found that interesting. But he said, I know, I get it. I get it, but I can't let you have it. I said, okay.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah, it does. It really does. That's sad.
It's funny.
Speaking of
Well,
We'll give it another
yeah.
minute.
okay.
Hey, look at this one that Gene just found. He just,
this was at the same beach you found the quarter at. I found this.
Oh,
Look at that.
And it was very dirty when I found it, but it's usable.
it
yeah.
works.
And we cleaned it off with some steel wool. Stainless
Boy,
steel.
you can shave your fingernails and toenails with that, can't you? And then go peel a potato or an apple.
That's right.
That's
And
right.
It's a fishing, you know, because it's got the little where you can cut your fishing line right here.
Yeah.
So it's somebody who was out there at the beach using it for, you know,
But it's like all the pocket knives we found are tiny, and then this one is just huge.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big
Yep.
one.
Yeah,
That's a
I
nice
like
one.
finding the knives that you can reuse.
Yeah.
We found several that
You can
we can
reuse.
reuse. So,
I found one of the small Swiss Army knives. It's like you would carry
on a keychain.
on a keychain.
Yeah.
So it's not one of the bigger ones with all the bells and whistles.
But it's still.
We've got some comments down here on my iPad, and Mark, he says that's his knife, so we'll just have to send that to him, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
Can we tell you
that's
what
where my knife went to. Yeah.
Can we tell you where our what our plan is with all of our finds? So we've got
Absolutely.
this is our clad from this year. You know, it's all in here. We've got it rolled. We always tumble it, roll it. You know, get everything kind of lined up, and we've dug
38.
almost $250 this year in just clad.
Wow.
And we're going to add that to the other year's totals. And then our plan is, since this guy's going to college and he found a good bit of it, or that's our plan.
Most
is
of
kind
it.
of kind of a college boost for him. So we're going to try
There
to
you
sell
go.
it, and get him a good start on college. So he's been very good about saving money, and he has a pretty good savings account. But you know, all of this silver and gold that we've been finding on the beaches the last couple of years, hopefully we'll be able to sell it and, you know, get him a good start in college. So that's kind
Hey,
of
everybody needs some good candy money. That's what I'd use it for.
Well, I have to say, our clad count this year is
Is
way
down.
because we started off the year we were doing the home sites.
Yeah.
So you're not going to find a lot of clad there.
No.
And then we've kind of hit the curb strips, and we've been finding better, you know, Wheaties here lately. I don't know how many Wheaties we have found lately, and some silver and other things. But
you guys dug up, I don't know, what was it, 5 or 6 in one video? You just kept finding Wheaties that video.
yeah, we got a permission this one lady's yard. How many did we find out of that yard?
I wanna
There
say
was
12 or 13.
13 Wheaties out of her
That's
little
awesome.
yard.
And I
I
found
mean-
my buffalo nickel and my
And
first Indian head penny.
in that
Yeah,
We
yard,
found
yeah.
one buffalo nickel since we've been detecting.
that's
We
I've
didn't
only
even-
found one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We thought it was just
Yeah,
a
but
gem.
you've got a V nickel too. I have a V nickel, but
Yeah.
you've got your V nickel.
Yeah.
And you've got your George Washington, which that's coming up where I found my
Yes.
first George
Yes.
Washington silver George
Yeah.
W.
they're
Yeah.
beautiful to
So
find. They are a
it
very
was-
beautiful coin.
It was great. That video will be. I'm premiering that video next Sunday. We were doing the curb strips there last Sunday when she found her little silver bar,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a good signal. I'm digging it. I find a Wheatie, and then I'm getting ready to close the hole back up. So I scanned it with the pinpointer. Another signal in there. I pull it out. That was what was it? The 62 Rosie. Then I'm pulling dirt back, and then there's laying a 63 GW in the plug.
That's awesome.
So that was one nice spill right there. And then it ain't 5 minutes. Melissa's like, "Oh my gosh, what did I just find?" And
Now you're
I
telling them the video.
I know, it's
They're
okay.
on
But
it.
then I go back to it, and she finds the little 5 grand
gram.
silver bar, man.
It was part of a necklace.
That was
And I mean,
sweet.
5 grams sounds like a lot, but it's
But
it's
the
not.
fact that
But it's
a
the fact
little
it's a bar.
I
And
mean, that's
it's
just. I mean, finding the
it was
coin's one
nice.
thing, but to find an actual little silver bar.
too bad I didn't issue a cover versus cover challenge.
I would have
on
still
that
beat
hunt.
you, remember?
Oh, no.
I had to eat dog food last time.
I can't believe that, Melissa.
I'm still alive. I've been
Yes.
plucking my chin a whole lot more, though. You know.
My wife said that I would be looking for a new wife if I ever did that. That's exactly what she said, Robert. She was like, "Hey, don't even think about it." I was like,
And I had to get her back for making me shave half my beard off and go out in public like that.
"That was hilarious. That was so
And
fun."
I told her, I said, she said, "Oh, I'll get you. I'll issue a challenge." I said, "Well, you better hope you win it. You better think twice about issuing another challenge to get me back." So,
And that's one thing we love. It's so much fun. You know, we've done that on our channel where we just kind of challenge each other. We did the blind challenge one time where he and I were both blindfolded, and you know, it's kind of a tribute to Shane.
Yes.
Which, man, I'm rooting for that guy to find a marble. You know, that's one thing he always talks about. He really wants to find a marble, and you know, we just take it for granted. You know, like the surface fine boy here, we just take it for granted that we can see. You know, and
yeah.
Shane's out there digging better plugs than any of us.
Oh, I know it.
And you can't see. You know, like it's humbling. But the fun is one thing that we love. Like it just. You know,
we need to do more videos like that. We need to know the expectations versus reality.
Oh yeah, that's one of our favorite videos we've done is expectations versus reality and stereotypes. Stereotypes was a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so
I remember that.
You have to go plan it out and go film it. And it takes a couple of days of editing. And
Hey, Swamp Rat. Yes, Team Clambake, you did. I remember you all doing that video with doing the chicken with your eyes closed for Shane.
Yeah, we did. I did eggs.
You did eggs.
I fried eggs blindfolded. And plus, we've done the to find a target and dig it and identify it blindfolded. That is because after like 5 minutes, paranoia starts kicking in because you can't see.
Yeah.
You start getting that feeling like panic mode sets in, like, and it does. It's weird to have to start doing something blindfolded. I know I brag on Shane anytime I'm out detecting and I'm talking to people.
He always does.
He always brings Shane up. I said, because he's an inspiration to all of us to get out there and hunt and dig.
I mean, with anything in life, you have a choice. You can't change what happens to you. You can't change how other people act. All I can do is decide how I'm going to react to it. And, you know, Shane lost his eyesight. He can't, you know, there was nothing that he could do to change that. And he says, you know, hey, I threw myself a pity party for a little while, but then I realized I got to figure out how to do this, you know? And so he's figured it out, man. And you're right. It is an inspiration to us, but everybody in life has to decide how they're going to react to these things. Cause man, life happens. It's tough.
It does.
And what separates us is when we kind of decide, okay, I'm going to figure out how to work this, not complain about it, not blame somebody else, not blame a system, not blame, you know, my parents or whatever. Just how am I going to react to this? How am I going to make it better? So
exactly.
Yeah, I have to say, if that was to happen to me, I don't think I could bounce back from it. Honestly, I don't give myself that much to pull myself up and be like that, but he is out there.
He's very inspirational. That is for sure. Absolutely. Well, guys, it is 8:58.
Let's do our giveaway.
I think we have a few people that has joined, so we're going to give everyone just a few seconds to hashtag WDI to be in on that giveaway.
We've got 40 entries in there and 42 in chat.
I think that, let's
awesome.
do a countdown. 10,
9,
8,
7,
7, yes, 6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1. Blast off.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everyone. Let's see who we get tonight.
Of course, if you won recently in the past, we'll
boot you out.
We'll boot you out. Cynthia Swearingen.
She has not won.
Are you still in here, Cynthia?
I think she is. I've seen her talking.
I seen her just moments ago.
Let us know you're in here, Cynthia.
Oh yeah, she's here. I just saw her like 10
yeah, that's what I was saying. I know I just seen her in here.
I was thinking so, yes.
Just let us, I just need to see, just let her see.
Yeah, she's here. She said, yay.
Yay. And Cynthia, I want to make sure you still have the same address that I've used before.
And she's a cover.
She is a cover. So, yes, she is.
Way to go.
Congratulations, Cynthia. We will get that out in the mail to you. Today is Saturday.
Probably be.
I'm going to say Wednesday.
Yeah.
We'll let you know when it goes out.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Congratulations.
And Karen, you should be getting your stuff Monday.
Yes, Karen C.
Yeah, Karen C. Yep. So
Yeah.
congratulations, Cynthia.
On the winnings. That is awesome.
Yep, and still the same address. Great.
Great.
Oh,
Let's
look
get-
who we have
We can get rid
here.
of that now. There we go.
Bring him on the big screen.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
that's not the same.
He was down beneath me crying. So
Hey,
you know, that's all
Slash.
right.
Slash, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Slash.
Hey, Slash.
Say hi.
Hey, buddy. Look at that face.
Look at
He's like, Mama, these strange people are talking to me. Help me. Look at that. How cute.
I don't know why his one ear sticking out.
Hey, Lorelai.
that. Oh, I know. Poor old Sam. He's
Oh,
Yeah, he
each day he just
Oh,
keeps
is it?
good
getting,
Guido.
getting more.
Yeah, feeble.
He's just getting old. He's
the
16 years
the
old.
Wootons met temporary dog.
I was gonna
Oh,
say,
okay. Okay.
Yeah, I had nobody to watch her. I had somebody to watch Slash because he's easy, but she's not because she was still a puppy. But she has a home, by the way.
okay, good.
Yeah, so
That's good. She was just raring to go. You know, like she wanted to get off that leash, and you could tell, and she was gonna go have some fun.
yeah. She didn't like if nobody was around her.
Yeah.
What do you all have planned for your channel in the future? I mean, where are you?
All right, what do you
You asked him earlier about college, and you know he's going to take his detector when he goes to college. So we're going to try to continue to make videos where you'll see both of us digging, or all of us digging still. You know, and he'll be sending his stuff to us so we can put it in. Honestly, I've got to learn how to edit stuff because he does it all right now. Every once in a while, I put a short out, but that's about it. That's all I've been able to do for editing. So I've got a few months to get a crash course in editing before he goes off to college. But you know, he always kind of pushes me to try to change things up a little bit. If it was me, I would just go out and dig every day, and that's what I would do. You know, but you know, I'm sure. What do you guys have? What do you want to do for the channel in the future?
I want to do more different things. I feel like when we, I would say about a year ago, we did a lot. You know, we did more Father vs. Sons. We did Expectations versus Reality. And we did more trick shot videos, which, you know, normal detecting videos are fun, but it's not the same as, you know, funny videos. Even if we're not that funny, they're fun to make. But they take a lot more time. So
Now I know I enjoy when you all do your mid-tone
Monday.
Mondays.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us forget you got to dig those mid-tones.
Yes, you do.
Some of us will pass over them, and I try to remind myself to dig those signals. You know, a lot of times I find myself just listening for the high ones, but yeah, I like when you all do those days when you're just digging the mid-tones.
You know, even at the beach, that class ring that you saw, I dug that class ring up. It's a gold ring, has beautiful stones in it. 1985 class ring from college, and it was in the beach with a piece of iron. So I was getting from -4 on the equinox up to a +5, and all over the place. It wasn't solid at all.
Yeah.
But it's at the beach, so you dig it because it's sand, you know. So I dug it, and there was a chunk of iron and that ring both. And so you never know. So I mean, I really do try to dig it all, especially at the beach. You know, if I'm digging tons of clad, like sometimes, you know, we're going and we're digging tons of clad, I kind of stop. I pass up those a little bit to dig other things, you know, because a lot of times where we dig, there's nobody else that's ever dug there. So.
And when he found that ring, it was just a short, and it's a pretty amazing short. And we had somebody accuse us of planting. We take that as a compliment. So we found something so good. I believe it. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, we've never had anyone accuse us of planning. We've never found nothing good enough.
The only comment that you got that was sent, it was on a short, and someone said, "Oh yeah, that's easy to put a wheat penny on top of the ground and call it, you know."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But I never really took that as they were saying I
Planted
but
it,
yeah,
yeah.
in a kind of a sense way, I guess they did.
They did. Yeah, they did.
Make
But
it look
even
like-
just the ring itself, it's kind of dumb to attack. It's a class ring. You can't just buy those. Like, you can't get that from anywhere.
It really is funny because we have people ask us quite a bit, you know, people that know us, they'll say, "Hey, you know, how how did you get into this? You know, they're just kind of puzzled by the stuff that we find. And I'm like, look, I'm telling you, you can find it. You just got to know where to go, what to do.
Location is the biggest thing.
Because before 2 years ago, none of us had ever done any of this. You know, it's not like I grew up doing this. Like
Right.
we had never done it. So we're as new as just about anybody, and we're able to do this and go find stuff. Part of it is because of where we live, like the historical stuff, but anybody can take a detector to any beach anywhere and go find stuff, or any yard or any park, and you can find stuff, and you just never know. Like we find stuff that predates the property where we dig all the time. Like you think, okay, this house was built in the 1800s, but we're finding stuff from the 1700s also, because you just don't know what was there before or what they had in their pockets as they're walking across or whatever. So
Yeah.
You know, I watched a documentary a long time ago. It didn't have to do with metal detecting, but there was a part of this documentary. I think it had to do with the worldwide, the effect of man just tossing things out the windows worldwide. But one of the things they said was, wherever you go, man has been. There is not a spot on this planet man has not been.
Yep. And you think about that. I mean, wherever people go, they drop stuff.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're going to find
they
something.
walk away from.
Might find a lot of trash in the meantime, but
Yeah.
you're going to find stuff if you. Yeah.
Seth has a container of coins that he finds just walking around, because people, when they drop it, they just don't want to bend over and pick it up, I guess. I don't know. So he finds
Well,
them.
they may not know, you know.
Yeah, maybe, I guess. But we
A
find
lot
stuff.
of people, when they're pulling keys out of their pocket and they have change,
Yep.
it comes out, and people just don't.
Parking
pay,
lots is a good spot.
Yeah, don't pay attention. You know.
You know, you would think you would hear it fall or something, but if your mind is on locking your car door and
Or
getting to your
unlocking,
destination,
or-
you're not going to pick up on that
Yeah.
coin falling or what, or the ring coming off your finger as you're pulling your hand out of your pocket to get your keys.
See, that's the thing. Most people wear rings, and you could lose that ring, and it still feel like it's on your finger for hours before you realize my ring's gone.
Yep.
Hey, it happened to this guy just a couple weeks ago. With, you want to tell him?
Yeah. Me and my girlfriend were at the beach with some guests. I mean, my whole family was, but we were all at the beach, and we were just walking on the beach, and we're putting our shoes on to go back to the table at the restaurant. And she's like, "Where's my ring?" You know, she had a little ring that her grandmother had given her. And I was like, "Oh boy." So we walked back where we were, and she's like, "I think I lost it here." Couldn't find it. So then we tell Dad, go get the Equinox, go, and it's second signal right there. Found the ring. But she had lost it, and it was in the middle of the path. So she had lost it and walked with it for, 20 feet for, 5 minutes, and didn't even know.
She never even realized she had dropped it until she was putting her shoes on and it wasn't there. And we didn't record it. You know, it was technically our 5th ring recovery. We didn't record it because we figured people would be like, "Oh, that looks a little fishy." But yeah, she lost her ring, and we were able to go find it, which is really cool.
Yes, that was.
To recover 2 wedding rings, one for a man, one for a woman, at a resort. We told this resort, "Hey, this is who I am. I'm a pastor of a church. We do this for fun. Feel free to call us if anybody loses anything." And they've called us. We found 2 rings by accident, actually. A girl on Facebook put on there, said, "Hey, I'm on St. Croix right now. Does anybody have a metal detector?" So we responded right away, but she never responded to us. Sometimes when you respond on Facebook and you're not friends, it kind of throws it in a spam folder, I guess. And that's what happened. And after she had already left and gone back to Virginia, she responds to us. But it was after we had found a ring at the beach, and we were like, "We think this is hers," because she put a picture on Facebook. And when she responded to us, she said, "Yes, I was there, but I'm gone now." My wife said, "I think my husband found it." And it was a ring that her dad had given her, and her dad passed away several years ago.
Oh, so sentimental.
Yeah, so it was a sentimental ring. And then another one, we were out in the water after I just first got the Equinox. I know everybody calls it the Leaquinox, but I've never had mine leak.
Mine either.
I dunk it all the time. But so I'm out in the water, and I'm detecting along, and I find a ring. It's like chest deep water, and I'm a tall guy, so it's pretty deep. And so I find it. It's like, that's really cool. Put it in my pocket, go on the way home, stop at the grocery store. Somebody I know is in the grocery store. I said, hey, look at this ring I found at the beach. She said, oh, my niece lost one like that, but it was out in the water. I said, I was in the water when I found this. What beach? And she said, Mermaid. And I said, this is her ring. Like, I accidentally found her ring. You know, this is really cool. So we love being able to return stuff. We love it.
We've not returned any rings, but we did get to return a cell phone.
Yes, and it will be out
next week.
next week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Melissa found a cell
Yeah,
phone
tell
in
some more about the video.
tall grass. And
We'll get it all before too long, Melissa.
No, I said I found one ring, but I did do one ring recovery. One of my permissions called me. Her daughter was playing with the dog, and for some reason, the girls now like to wear their rings like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's tossing to the dog. Well, the ring went flying. So it's an heirloom ring. It was silver with a bloodstone. It's over 100 years old, like 125 years old.
Wow.
So she's the one permission that like to keep everything, even if it's junk, you know, garbage. She didn't care. She wanted it all. She said, if you find this ring, you know, like you can keep anything that you find while looking for it. And she was like, if you find this ring, you can keep anything you find. I'm like, okay, cool, because I found really neat stuff there. So over the course of 2 weeks of a couple hours each time, I find the ring. And so on the video, I mean, I tell people to go watch it to see who it belonged to originally, but I don't know if they do or not. But it's actually on TikTok and on the shorts, but I think it's on the shorts. It was James Dean's grandmother's ring.
Oh, that is so cool. That's really cool.
So she hasn't said I can't keep the stuff now, so I still go there and I just keep it.
That was a cool find. Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
really
definitely. Well, does anyone in chat have any questions for
we dig it.
We Dig It?
We have 2 coins. So one thing that was really annoying is we'd have all these coins clad, we'd tumble it, and then there's like a silver coin in there. We're like, what? Who dug it? You know, we have no idea.
because we're both throwing the coins into. Yep. We put them in red Solo cups before we tumble them. Is what we do.
So now we put our names on the outside of them, and we want to know
because he couldn't stand it. He couldn't stand it. He was like, I want to know who dug it. You know, so he was like, we're putting them in separate cups now, Dad. Okay.
Tumbled my cloud except for the pennies. You know, nickels, quarters, and dimes. And I have 2 silver dimes. I have a Mercury and what we think is a Rosie. I'll go grab them.
Yeah, he was pretty adamant about that. He said, I got to do this because I can't stand to just dig it up and then not know. Yeah, they're sitting over there by my place. At the same beach where we think he found these dimes, he was standing there one time just with the water lapping at our feet and looked down in the crevice of the rock, and there was a V nickel. He just reached down and picked it up. Hey, Dad, look, it's a 01, I think it was, 01 V nickel. And it kills Charlie from digging it back because he's not found one yet. And he said, now Gene's out there just picking them up off the ground.
Make sure you rub it in every time you see him that you found a V-nickel. Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
I wasn't able to find them, but they're really, really, really crusty because our tumbler is broken. So now we just sit there and shake it. But this is one coin that I think came in the tumbler as well. And I thought it was just a beat up quarter, but it is silver. And look at this.
Ooh.
It has a hole in the coin.
Yep,
Yeah.
I see that.
And it's very misshapen. We can see some things on it.
It looks like there's a bust. We can't really
facing, away from the hole.
So that
You see that? Okay, you see the part that's sticking out. That looks
That
like
way.
the nose to us.
Okay.
And then it kind of it's more like this, like that. Can you see the nose and then the top of the head right there?
I see. Yes.
I think that's a bust. We don't know if it's Washington or if it's a British coin or a Danish coin. On the other side, it almost looks like there's a crown in the very center. And we've done all the research we can, and we cannot figure out what it is. So if anybody knows a left-facing bust on a pretty large silver coin with some sort of a small crown in the center of the backside, that's all we know about it.
Wow. That's amazing. You know, it is. You feel like it's such a loss when you find something like that, even though you know that that is old. But you would still like to know more,
Yes,
definitely
I want to know
about
what it
it.
is.
Yes.
Hey, Cecil.
Hey,
I was
Cecil.
getting ready to say, I think there's Cecil. Yeah.
Thanks for
Yes,
stopping by.
thanks for stopping in, Demon Rat 71 Detecting. Good to
Absolutely.
see ya.
Joel says sounds Canadian.
Wow.
That was
Really
something that
good
we
to
loved
see
also was getting to dig in Canada again, because digging up stuff you don't normally dig up, right? And they made their large scents up into the early 1900s. So we were able to dig up some Canadian largies, which is really cool.
Yeah, I had a. Remember, I found the Canadian largie down there in that yard. Just
we lost Rachel.
Back, when we
I bet
first-
she hit a wrong
when
button.
we started curb strip hunting. Remember?
There she comes.
Hey.
There she is.
I don't know what happened. My computer just like made this noise and said we've encountered an error and had to restart. I don't know. It just crashed. So.
Wow.
Huh.
Ours is always doing some crazy
Yeah.
something. I'm gonna have to get a new cord. New
His
power
power cord
has
is-
got a crank in it. So
Wow, this
Well-
is probably just McAfee trying to force me to buy the, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
mine loves to do updates right when we're in the middle of uploading a video, and wake up 3 o'clock in the morning and that's nice. I have to start the video.
And it
Right,
takes us
yeah.
hours to do it anyway.
Yeah,
You
so-
know.
Yep.
It's always a good one.
Yes, always.
Yes.
Rachel, you have any questions for Gene and Jean? Which I know
No,
you've already met them and probably already asked all questions that you need to ask, but do you have anything else you want to talk about? Your channel. Tell us about what's going on with you.
Oh, me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nothing right now. There's I know I have to get out at some point tomorrow, and so I have video for Friday. But
Yeah, we're going out tomorrow, getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
and See if we can go get called weirdos again.
Yeah, we were called weirdos last Sunday.
tell them I take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
I'd rather stand out from the crowd than blend in with the crowd.
I would be interested to see what some of the strangest things people have said to the people in the chat. So we've had people think I was blind. I was at a beach. They thought I was blind because I looked like I was walking around with a cane. Actually asked somebody else if I was blind. I was in the water, like again, water up to my chest. A guy comes floating by on a little inflatable floaty. And with my Equinox underwater, he says, "Hey, is that thing waterproof?"
Also, something that seems like
No.
common sense to me, I guess it's not. People say, "Hey, do you find stuff?"
Yes,
Thank you, Cynthia.
all the
Yeah.
time. All the time people
No,
ask
I
that.
don't find anything. I'm just out here walking.
Yeah, I've been asked that. Do you find anything? No.
What you looking for? I get that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything old. That's what I always
We
say.
have found since we've been curb hunting that when they come out and they say, "Well, what are you looking for exactly?" They're never nice. They always end up telling us, "Well, you know you're on private property, don't you?" And no, I'm on city property. Well, do you work for the city?
Yeah.
No.
We hear that a lot. Do you work for the
Do
city?
you work for the city? No, but it's public. I can be on this property walking if I want to be. So,
But if you want us to move along,
but
we
yeah,
will.
we're always nice about
Yeah.
it. Try to be and just move on along. But
Yeah.
We've had the
Yeah.
same thing. We were at a resort and detecting one time, and the waitress from the restaurant came out and she said, "You have to have a permit to do that." You don't have to have a permit, and every beach in St. Croix is public. So
Yeah.
even if it's a resort,
They have
you're allowed to
give
be
you
there.
access.
And I told him, I said, I know that we're okay, but let's just move on for today. And we've gone back to there since, and it's been fine. We've talked to the people that work, but for whatever reason, that waitress was really nervous with us being there, so she wanted us to leave. So we're always nice. I see in the comments people they say they're called weirdos all the time. Rob had somebody invite him into the house for supper. Cynthia says you're my kind of weirdos, which is good. Danny says laughed at on the beach all the time.
Oh, one thing, we have people recording us.
Oh,
for
yes.
TikTok or
We've had several people record us for TikTok, and some of them asked, they're like, "Do you mind if I record you for TikTok?" I'm like, "Go ahead." Like, I have no idea what's out there on TikTok with me, but who knows?
Right.
I've never had anyone record me yet. Call the cops on us, but
Oh, Mark the Berg Hunter says someone asked me that. What are you doing? I almost said check ground COVID spore levels.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
We since there's two of us that go, and I'm sure that the Clarks, you guys get this as well, but I'm able to watch what he's doing and what other people are, how they're responding to him sometimes. And like, he's just detecting along, and they are just like puzzled, staring at him, watching him as he goes along. Like,
I don't know if it's the people on the island, but they'll just be.
they just stare at him. And I said, I was staring at you hard. Like, he just watched you for a long time.
tell him to take a picture. It'll last longer.
I mean,
No, don't do
No.
that.
I've had people tell me that they have a detector and they found cans of coins before.
Yeah, we
I've
always.
had all that stuff.
We was in a park one day, and the lady walked by, and what was it she said exactly? She said, "Well, we've got a detector. I'd be finding gold."
And I thought,
I'm
sure.
like, "Yeah, sure you would."
Sure you would.
I've been asked, can you find diamonds with that?
I've been
Yeah, when
asked,
they're attached to a ring, yeah.
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 I've been asked if you can find pottery with that, and if you can find shells with that.
Oh,
Shells.
yeah, shells.
Shotgun head stamps,
Maybe, yeah.
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 bullet casings, but not seashells.
And he says, I tell him it's a trash detector, not a metal detector.
Sometimes you do feel like that, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
There's for some reason certain areas on one of our plantation. There's one area that has lead, like tons and tons of lead. Every time you go there, it's just lead, and I hate it. But I want to go there because I know there's good stuff there. There has to be. If there's lead, you're in the right spot. And I've never found good stuff there.
One of these days.
Yep.
One of these days, hopefully.
Yep. One of these days.
This gene struggles with patience when it comes to detecting. So if he's having a time and not finding something, he gets frustrated. I'll look over and he's sitting down, and I can just tell him. I can tell he's talking to
That's
himself.
me.
He's like,
right there.
"Why am I out here? Come on,
That is me. If I don't find something good within the first 30 minutes, and when I say something good, I do mean a quarter or anything that's
She
a good
starts
find.
getting- and
I
I'm
get
like, "Melissa,
really aggravated and down on myself and start getting negative.
Yeah.
And
Swinging.
I don't want to do it anymore. I want to go home.
6-7 beaches in like 5 hours.
yeah."
Oh,
Whoa. Like he says in his videos, if we're not finding anything, we're moving on. And I agree with him.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
can stay in the same place and dig forever because
He
I
would
know there's
dig
got
all
to be
day
something
if
good.
he could. But I mean, I
Yeah.
can do longer because the legend has a flashlight. So.
Wow. We're doing that again, are we?
And usually we'll have a lot of days. Our second part of the day ends up being better
than the
might have a
first.
slow morning and get really discouraged. And I'd say, let's take lunch
hey, Brooklyn.
and take a little break, walk away for about
Yeah.
a half hour.
Good night, Dana.
That
And we'll
helps.
eat something and sit and talk about the morning and then get back out. And then it's usually like you start finding stuff.
Yeah.
So I love days like that. So it happens a lot.
See you, Dana. Thanks for coming.
Yeah. I know we're going to go
Right,
tomorrow. I
Dana.
got a good feeling about tomorrow. I had a good feeling about last weekend and was a good weekend.
Yeah.
Sunday. I got a good feeling about tomorrow. So
Yeah.
just
The way this storm has changed for us, it's slowed down so much so that it's supposed to be storming all day tomorrow also. So we were going to hopefully get out tomorrow afternoon to go do some digging on the beaches, but it doesn't look like we'll do that either because it should be storming through into the dark tomorrow
It was
night.
supposed to
too,
hit
so.
us today. Even when it first happened, it's supposed to hit us on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday. And now it's supposed to hit us like today in the afternoon, and then it was at 8 miles an hour at one point.
So slow. And I looked at it just a second ago, and let me show you the radar of it. This is the blue dot is us, and it's the main part of it is just south of us. Where the blue dot up here.
Okay. Okay. I
The
see.
main part of it is just south of us, but all of that is going to wrap around and come back into us. You can see the way they spin counterclockwise. So, all that red's about to hit us in the next little bit. So,
Oh gosh.
should be fun.
We will keep you guys in our prayers, definitely.
We appreciate it. I know earlier we were talking about, Shane and how he copes with life. And, I know that all of us have our own challenges, and I'll just be honest with me. It's really the Lord is what gets me through, like just strength, being the pastor, having a school, having 4 kids, it can be very stressful. But I just keep moving along and following him. And, it's a tough life, but it doesn't have to be. We make it a little more difficult, I think, than it should be sometimes. And metal detecting is something that really helps us. We actually started detecting right after I don't know if you guys know, but I've had open heart surgery 3 times. And after my 3rd one is when we started detecting. And that was something that really helped me heal up and, get my strength back. And it's really helped me, just mentally with dealing with things. So we're having busy times, and I'll say, all right, let's go. But we're always looking to go. Like I after school, I'm like, you want to go digging? Let's go, So
I know I have piles of homework waiting at home, but I'm like, it's gonna be fine.
Well, we still have 23 in chat, and if you don't care, Gene, I do want to just touch a little bit. You're a pastor, and how long have you been a pastor?
So I went to school. I went to school for ministry, for youth ministry, actually. So I was a youth pastor for 11 years, and I've been a pastor for, I think, 12 years.
Okay.
I've been here. This is my 9th year at this church. So, I had never been to St. Croix, had only heard of it when the pastor that was here before called me and said, hey, I'm getting ready to move. I want to, an island church is a little bit difficult because, just the different dynamics. He said, and I think you'd be good at it. You want to consider it. My parents retired and moved to Pensacola, which is where we lived. They retired and moved to Pensacola to be around these guys. And after they had been there for about 4 years is when we moved here. So it was really difficult. It was really tough. We're actually getting to go home to Pensacola this Christmas. So if anybody in the chat is watching that is in the Florida area, we're going to be there over Christmas. So I think we're trying to dig together to go digging. But, being a youth pastor was what I thought I would always be. But Lord had other plans for me. So I actually was a youth pastor and pastor at the same church in Pensacola for 14 years in total before we moved here.
Wow.
So
nice. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I grew up in Michigan. That's where my mom and dad moved from to come down to Florida, was from Michigan. So, grew up in Michigan and went to school in Tennessee and then lived in Florida for 14 years.
You was talking about how metal detecting helped you to get through things. It is a.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Robert struggles with things, and metal detecting helps him.
I can just clear my mind when I'm metal detecting.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a great escape to get out there and look for stuff.
Hey, Notch,
and when you're finding things, it just even makes it. Then you come home and deal with YouTube, and you go like. But,
that's something too for us as a channel. We got to where we were bumping into Shane from Ohio River History. And so he made the suggestion. He said, let's premiere our videos back to back. And just the 2 of us, that has now grown into like 12 channels every Monday night, Monday Digs. That's what we do. We sit there from 6:30 till about 10 o'clock at night, premiering videos. And it really is so much fun. I've
hopped in a few times. I was going to, when I thought about it, by the time I thought, well, I'll jump into Monday Digs too. I think there's more than 12 channels.
Yeah. And there may be, I don't know.
I think there's like 20 or something, but I remember when there were still like, I don't know, 6 or 8. And I was like, well, I really like putting my videos out Friday.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, maybe I'll get in the Monday digs. And then all of a sudden there was like 20 channels, and I was like, I'm not staying up that late.
It's
And
crazy.
then using them,
I
we
used to
decided to
just
do
pick
I
one
Dig
video for
Fridays.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So now we have I Dig Fridays. We have the main Saturdays, and then Monday digs.
Yeah, it's really really neat to be a part of something like that, where it just started off as just kind of Shane and I trying to help each other out, and then it's kind of grown into this, and I'm actually going to be coming to Dig Stock and
Thanks, Patty.
meeting Shane and meeting Brian and meeting Ken and so many other people. I think Rachel's going to try to come up.
Yeah, I'll just be up the one day. I won't be digging. I'm going up to hang out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it's stuff like that. My wife actually got me that trip for my birthday, so it'll just be me that's coming to Dig Stock. But so much fun. But I'm looking forward to it. That's in October, so next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, how tall are you, Gene?
I'm 6'5".
Okay, when you meet Shane with Ohio River history and B. Higgles, you're going to be
You'll be
going like
looking down.
that.
We've already talked about that a little bit. And
Oh, but they're
Well,
great.
he's already practiced while I was up there.
and then
He'll
this
have to look down even
three,
further.
so
They're great
he's-
guys.
They are
Yeah,
great
because
guys.
I'm
They're a
5'7".
Oh yeah. And then this Gene is 6'3", so he's no short guy either,
Wow.
Just when you're around Shane, and you're eating, you'll have to,
You have to pretend like you're in prison,
Yeah.
protected.
You get your food from him. Because that boy can eat.
Oh, he can eat. Yes, he can eat.
That's awesome.
And of course, I bring that up every time Shane is mentioned if he's around, and he'll say, in fact, we did that at Flash Bash. He said, "You got to bring that up again." Yeah.
You may seem really tall, but Cole, you guys talked to Cole for a little bit. He is 11. He is 5'9" and 180 pounds.
Wow.
He is a big boy.
For 11 years old.
Wow, 5'9", and I'm 5'5". Wow.
Yeah, he's.
And then Levi is 9, and he's
5'4". Yeah, 5'2", 3, 4, something.
And see, that's
Wow.
the thing. With seeing you all on video, you do not appear
to be tall.
Tall.
I mean, you don't
When
appear to
we
be
watch you.
short, but you
But-
don't appear to be tall.
I don't think of you being that tall.
Just wait for the videos with Higgles and Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah,
So-
you'll enjoy hunting with them guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
Shannon Dalton says, "Eat like you're in prison."
So we're kind of ahead in the videos right now, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put out on Monday. I think it's going to be a mix up of 2 videos, but I started editing one and realized that we had too much footage to do for Monday Digs because it can only be 15 minutes. So it's going to be a long video sometime next week. We're going to have to do it. And it's at a new permission we got. It's at a plantation. And the man who, owns the place, it's kind of like a community center, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You can rent it out. He has activities there and everything, but there's also like a riverbed. And he has found 5-gallon, he's had 5-gallon buckets full of Cheney and just thrown them out because he has too much. And he finds the gardening hose and the sugarcane knives from the 1800s and restores them and paints them and all kinds of stuff. And he doesn't even metal detect. So we go there and have some pretty cool stuff. And it's going to be a great video.
Excited.
So be looking out for that.
I was going to ask, what do you all do to look for, when you're looking for a new spot to go hunting, and what's your, what's the word I want to use? Routine for tracking down new permissions.
That word.
Basically, the entire island was plantations. So anywhere you go is going to be old stuff, pretty much. Especially if it's a flat area, it was part of a farm. And since, he's a pastor and there's a school, we know a lot of people. So especially living here 9 years now.
We just kind of put the word out and say, hey, does anybody know of this? Hey, go talk to this person or that. Or there was a lady in our school. She said, my uncle owns a farm and there's some ruins on it. So that's where we go digging quite a bit.
And this place this new permission is, I went to camp there. We had camp for our church camp. And I went there for camp. And I mean, we're living in plantation for a week. And it's beautiful. And there's fields and everything. And I'm like, this is perfect. So I got the guy's number and contacted him. And he was like, that'd be great. So we came out and it was a lot of fun.
It's just funny when you're a metal detectorist, when you're a treasure hunter, you see things differently, right?
Yes.
So, with this, he's at church camp. Everybody else is, enjoying church camp, and he's looking around going, we could dig over there, and we could dig over there, we could dig over there. And then today, I'm putting updates online. Hey, this is kind of where things are with the storm. And then, of course, all my digging friends, they're like, hit the beach afterwards. It's like, just
Yeah.
a few things.
And today we hit the beach during the storm, so that was pretty crazy.
That was fun.
It was hectic.
But yeah, it was Charlie. They had a big storm down there in Florida.
Yes.
And remember, it washed out a bunch, and him and I can't think what is it, Dave, the guy he was hunting with,
Yes.
went out and he found all that silver that time in the black sand and where it had
Yes.
washed out so
Yes.
much. That was I think probably last year sometime.
I don't know if that was last year or year before, but yes.
right after one of the
But
hurricanes.
yes, that was
went through
Charlie
there,
digging it
and-
back.
Yeah.
And they had an awesome
Yep. Dave
day.
is his name.
Yeah. So yeah, anytime after the storms, I'd be out there hitting the beaches and never know what could be.
Can we think of a nickname for Charlie? Velas Charlie?
Velas Charlie.
You know what? That kind of has a ring to it.
Yeah. You guys got to help us with that. Velas, okay?
Velas. Yes,
Oh.
Velas. I'm going to write that down because we like to give Charlie a hard time.
Yeah.
I can't wait till he finds the V nickel, though. It's going to be great.
We met Charlie at Florida Hunt 7.
Yeah. Yep.
He is a very sweet individual. He is. He is great.
And we got to meet Rob down there.
Yes, we got to meet Rob, Florida Thunder Digging with Rob, if he's still in here.
Yep.
There are
We've
a lot
met
of
And Cynthia. Cynthia was
we've
my
met
hunting partner
met a
down
lot
there.
of good channels, a lot of great channels. That's one of
Tony
the things
Maxidon,
is,
Mr. Diggs Always Glad for Clad, met him.
getting out to the events. We haven't been to a lot, but
No, we haven't.
we've met some great channels. The ones we have been
We've
at.
been to what? 2 events?
3.
3.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember
3
when you
events.
guys took off for a Florida hunt. I think it was 7.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you left in the middle of a blizzard.
Yeah, the ice storm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was last February, last year.
February.
Yeah,
Yes.
you guys didn't have power and everything. You just said,
Yeah.
all right, we're hitting the road. Let's go.
The next day the temperatures were starting to get above freezing, so we knew it was going to start being
It was
safe.
either go or we would have sat here all weekend
Yep.
and done nothing.
Yep.
And then we would have sat
And
went,
we would have
we should
regretted
have
it.
went to Florida. So I was like, let's go. We had already had the rent fee. We rented the truck.
Yeah.
We already had it and was packed just in case. So I said, yeah, let's go on and go. And so we took off, and I was glad we did. We had a
I'm
great
glad
time.
we did. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I hope to get to do it, but right now with Sam,
Pets
his
right now is
age,
what's going to keep us tied
from-
down
yeah.
for a while.
there's no traveling with him right now. He's just beyond
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, but that
we're
happens.
going to have to put things
Life
like
kicks
that
in.
on hold for a little while.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
well, I tell you, it's what time is it?
It is
It's
9:38.
We got 22 people, but we're going to go ahead and
Call it an evening.
call it an evening. I know Gene and them, they got the storm. They might
I don't know
have
if you guys
some
can
things
hear it,
they
but
need
it's
to do.
raining pretty heavy right now.
You all were kind of glitchy a little bit
couple of
earlier.
times you glitched.
They call it
And
a
we were
brownout.
wondering if it's because of the
Everything
storm.
goes dim and then it comes back and it.
Yeah.
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 The power grid here is not very good. I think he told you last night, we lost power 11 times.
Yeah.
Just
Wow.
off and on, like somebody was at the power plant flipping a switch or something.
Right.
Crazy.
Right.
And we're going to
Crazy.
get up early and try to get
Yeah.
out of here. It's supposed to be what tomorrow? 85.
It's starting to get
86.
warmer again.
And then Melissa and Robert have an anniversary coming up
On
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yes.
we do. So,
And what number is that, Robert?
26.
Uh-oh.
26 years. So you will not
26
see
years.
us,
Yeah.
Rachel, Wednesday night.
Yeah. Wednesday night we'll be
We're going to go
out for supper.
out to eat. And,
Well, I would hope
Well,
so.
congratulations.
Yep. Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
Yeah.
6 years, that's awesome. My
Yeah.
wife and I just celebrated 21 in May.
Wow.
so
Wow. Great.
so I don't know if anybody knows this except for this kid, but we graduated from college on May 17th of 2001 at 10 o'clock, and we got married at 4 o'clock same day. So walked across the stage and then said I do later on. So pretty neat. What'd you say?
I didn't say anything.
I think he was making fun of me for being old. I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. You were born in what, 76?
That's right. Robert's
Yep.
favorite quarter to find. Yeah.
Yep.
Bicentennial.
Yep.
You're just a youngin'.
Just a
He's
kid.
still wet behind the ears, isn't he, Rachel?
Yeah, he is.
We were born in 69 and Robert in 68.
68,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, we're going to call it in the evening.
Yeah.
We want to thank Jean, Seth, Cole, Levi
Levi.
for joining us
Yes.
this evening. It was a pleasure.
Yes.
And
Thank
of
you
course,
guys so
always
much.
having Rachel.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you guys so much for having us. We really enjoyed it. Rachel, it was awesome to meet you a couple months ago when we were able to. Can't wait to see you again, hopefully in October.
Hopefully.
If anybody ever has any questions for us, hopefully you can get a hold of us. Our email address is on our YouTube channel. We really enjoy. If anybody ever, seriously, I always throw this out. If anybody ever comes to St. Croix, you got to get a hold of us. We would love to take you around, show you our island, where we live. We love where we live. Not just metal detecting. We just love where we live.
Especially the food.
Yeah.
Food is very good.
It's a great place to come visit. You guys need to come visit, especially like the next blizzard that hits or something. Robert, Melissa, you guys got to head on down south, okay?
You don't have to tell us twice.
No, we'd be right up for it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yes, everyone out there in the chat, if you're not familiar with We Dig It, go over and check them out. They're
Absolutely.
always on Monday evenings on Monday Digs, and be sure to check all those channels out.
Yep.
They're all great channels that participate on that Monday night.
Yeah.
And if you're in a lot of the live streams, a lot of the chats, you'll see We Dig It in there sometimes too.
Yep.
We try to be in as much as we can.
Yeah, it's hard. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to call it a night.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
going to
sir.
call it an evening.
It's
So
been a great evening.
it
I'm
has been.
glad you guys internet stayed up and
Yes.
your power stayed on so you could join
Yes.
us tonight.
And we
Yeah,
hope
have
it
had a
continues to
blast.
stay on, but
Yeah.
we know there's a good chance that you could have
Yeah.
some issues.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the funny part. He's got a storm going on. You guys got janky internet, and I'm the one that crashed.
Well, we have stayed
That's
on.
funny.
Knock wood, we have stayed on
Well,
this evening. So.
Now, I'm going to tell you real quick before we let you go. When we lose internet, sometimes we can pick up our phone, and we have been,
Off.
we've got the phone off the hook and have so now for 2 hours and 28 minutes, and we've kept our connection.
So we can keep internet.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yes.
We might be getting, what is it? Sudden Link.
Sudden
up
Link,
here.
maybe we're going to think about it.
Yeah, we're there's
There's a young man.
going to bring it so far.
Yeah.
So we're going to see about what it'll
The
take.
house right down below us is going to start being occupied.
Right.
And so he's going to sign up for Sudden Link, and then we're going to,
See if we can
Yeah.
finagle and get it on up here.
yeah, we're going to
So,
see.
Fingers crossed on that one.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I hope so. I know you guys, you're probably the most dedicated YouTube channel to uploading your videos. Tell everybody about how long it takes you to upload a video.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
you know, a basic 10-minute video it takes what, 8-9 hours.
Yeah, for a
If
10-minute
it's
video.
15 to 20 minutes, you're looking at 12, 13, 14 hours.
We've
to
had some
upload.
videos that take 24 hours.
Yeah, we have been.
because they have lost connection and
Lose
we've had to
connection,
restart.
have to
Yeah.
start them over.
Yeah, that's dedication. Let me just tell you.
It is
Yeah.
frustration. Let me.
It is, but
But we always make it.
we always make a video out.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when we're getting ready to do our live stream, the internet wants to be.
Yeah.
But then it'll seem like it'll get us through the.
He'll get
the
us through
night,
what we need
you
to
know,
get
what we
through.
need to
Yeah.
do right when we need it. So.
Demon Rat 71 says try Skylink from Elon Musk. It can go with you as you travel.
Yeah, we've
Is
heard
that
a lot about
Skylink or Starlink?
Starlink, I think, or something.
I don't know, but we've heard about
too.
that.
In fact, we had our Frontier guy tell us about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is our local phone service. Yeah.
It's pretty bad when they're telling you to find someone else.
No doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. But anyhow, guys, we're going to let you
Yeah.
all go. And
Thanks
it's been an
again
absolute
for-
pleasure.
joining
Thank you
us
very
tonight,
much.
Thank
guys.
you all so
Appreciate
much.
it.
And be safe. Hope
Yes.
hope the storm would just disappear and you wouldn't have to deal with it.
Hey,
So,
Treasure Hunting Southwest PA, we're just saying good night
yeah.
as you're saying hello.
They
So
can watch the replay.
yeah, you can watch the replay. It'll be there for you to watch. But thank you for joining us this
Yes.
evening.
Okay, guys, I'm going to boot you out.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good
You all
night.
have a
Alright.
great night.
Have a good
Thank you
one.
so much, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Rachel, it was a good night.
It was.
Yes,
Yep.
it was.
Want to thank you for joining us again, as always.
Absolutely. We love having you.
Always an honor.
Which will be here next weekend, but not the first weekend of
first
October.
weekend
We'll
of
be off.
October, we're going to take off
Yeah.
again for the night,
Yeah.
and then we'll be back. And then we've got something special we're going to do for the 29th, right before Halloween.
Yeah.
So,
Updates coming soon.
updates coming soon for everyone on
Yeah.
that one. Yeah, but we got something kind of special we're going to try to throw together for that night for
Yeah.
Halloween. Coverween.
Coverween.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna once again. I'm gonna kick you out, Rachel. Or if
You
wanna
have
stick
anything you want to
want to
say,
stick
or
around for a little bit, we'll
we can
hang out a
chit
little
chat?
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks,
Peace,
Rachel.
everybody.
We'll see you in the basement here in a little bit.
Okay.
All righty, guys. Once again, thanks for joining us here at the
Thank you,
Cove
Las
tonight.
See
It was
you,
a good
Dan.
night. We
Yes,
had a
it
good
was a
time.
good night.
Hope
It
you
passed
all
by
enjoyed-
quickly, didn't it?
It did.
And congratulations, Cynthia, for our winner tonight.
Yes, hour and 45 minutes. It went by quick. It always does when we're having a good time.
It does.
Yep.
It
And
does. Yeah.
Jean and all of them were great guests. They had some
Absolutely.
great finds and
Yes,
to
they
show
do.
off, and I love
Yep.
their ring collection, man.
Oh
That is
my
awesome.
gosh. Those guys, yes.
Yep. So everyone, I know there's still 14 people in the chat, but we're gonna go. We're
Yeah,
gonna go
we're
metal
gonna call it
detecting in the
evening
morning,
and
and
Hit the hay. I need my beauty sleep. And
we appreciate all of you all always for stopping by.
Yes,
We'll
we
be
do.
back next week.
yes, we
With,
will. Same time.
Some more guests.
Yeah.
We're trying to line up some. I
Yeah,
don't
we've
know.
got another pair of
another
people.
pair.
Can't have one without the other.
And we're hoping we can.
We're
get
hoping
'em.
we can get 'em.
One of them might have to work, so
We're still hashing it
we're
out.
hashing it out.
Yeah.
So if it all works out good, it'll be another good live stream.
Oh,
so.
absolutely. Yes, it
So,
will be.
guys, we'll see you all next weekend, Saturday night,
Yes.
8 o'clock, right here at the Command Center from the Cove, live from the Cove.
Absolutely. Yep.
And
We
so,
love all you guys.
as
Y'all have a
always-
good evening.
if you lose it,
We find it.
and we'll see you guys on that first good.
Cover find.
Thanks for
See ya.
joining, guys,
Good
and
night,
have a
guys.
safe weekend.
Gals.